Join me as we embark on an extraordinary journey to build a massive factory on a mysterious alien planet. In this episode, we'll update on the progress over the last 3 weeks and see if we can build this production hub to sustain our colony. First stop is the mining office. We finally got our bed out of the factory floor. Now, housing isn't done yet, that you'll be seeing that later, but we at least got ourselves a bed, bathroom, shower, desk, place to sleep, recharge power, and in the storage locker, we carry down hydrogen bottles from the storage tank up above. The pipeline tunnel goes 100 meters into the mountain from the base. This is for security purposes. We know this is a hostile area. Our mothership got attacked and exploded right when we jumped into the system. So we head out. We've got pipelines that make a trip all the way out here. They provide to and from the refinery, the assembler, and then the supply line for everything else. It's 100 meters worth of 5 conveyor tubes heading out. Now, once we're out here, we've got storage tanks. So we need storage tanks for ore, ingots, components, ice and gravel, and then the ice system feeds the H2 and O2 tanks. So the goal is that down here, as we're digging out the area, for the most part, we were dealing with ice, which we just right-click mine and got through here fast. Once we got the stone, though, different story. We need the stone, so we're not letting it go to waste. We just keep pulling it in, and we'll keep working on it as we go. All right, so staircase and storage access. How do we get from the main factory down here to this tunnel, across the pipelines and out to storage? Well, I've built this 3 times now. This is the dumbass section of my report. That girder is there to stop me from separating the pipeline area and the mining office from the main base. I built the staircase 3 times. Built it once, well, it was a hinky job. I added to it, realized how horrible it was, tore it down, and splinched the base. Had to tear everything up and rebuild it. Built it a second time, and then I had this left-right staircase thing going here that was just, it wasn't even cute, attractive, or funny. It was just stupid. So I tore all that nonsense out. Put in a couple of cabinets, some supply lockers in here. As soon as we get the parts, we're going to put some sensors to automate the doors so that they stay closed all the time. Again, just for safety and pressurization purposes for the base. So the operations room continues to get cleaned up step by step as we move things from the factory floor. We got the 2 batteries down here, making it 3, and then this is our wall of the sorters where we're going to have. This is where we're going to place all the sorters that either feed up or down from the pipeline tunnel and storage, so that they're in one central location in case we need to make any adjustments to them. Just doing a little bit of conveyor painting here as we proceed. Obviously, this is a big work in process. So the biggest change down here is that I carved out of the housing area here a medical room space. The problem that we had with the medical room was, quite frankly, we didn't have one. And it's this hinky system up on the factory floor, which obviously we want to get out of the factory. So I carved out a little corner here. We've got 2 medical examination beds, the 1 medical station, which will be our clone/respawn point. We need to get the components, need a few rare ingots. Once we get those, we'll get this polished off and finished up nice. So as far as housing and the dining area goes, we got to get the kitchen out of the factory. Got to get it down here. Just move it down here somewhere as a placeholder. There's where the stairs are going to go to the downstairs for the extra berthing. The only thing we've really accomplished is we got a crew of 14. We don't know where they are. We're a sole survivor. We're building berthing for 14, and we're going to set up the dining living space to accommodate everybody. In case they show up, we'll find out. Only time will tell. But other than that, we haven't really made any progress. I just want to get that kitchen out of the factory as soon as we can make a couple of rotors, and then, at least this way the factory area is clear. So the greenhouse is certainly doing good. The rover parking area looks great. I mean, of all the ones, there's still a few little tweaks we can do, but at least this side's kind of done for what we can make. We need to get a sensor on here on the door. We have to finish it. But, the greenhouse out here is, it's in place. We need a lot of silicon to finish the glass, but we've also got air vents for it, input and output air vents. So, I mean, we're doing good. All right, so Eagle 1, almost Eagle 4. I mean, we haven't really taken a good production flight. There've been a couple of test runs. Um, we've been under missile fire, fire, turret fire from another enemy. We've crashed at night twice. I don't know why we're flying a ship at night. We should not be. But I mean, for the most part, she's held up because we built it on a sound footing, which is you don't put component to component to component. You put in a keel. You build a frame. You make an actual ship, and then you put the components inside of it. So we still continue. We have our seating area. We have our bedding for two, which means we can hold 4 people here in the back. We've got our assembler, gyros, oxygen O2H2 generator, and because we have a large port, we can refill bottles, most importantly. We've got our basic assembler, our medical panel, and a large cargo container all connected together. And off the other side of the bridge area, we've got our basic refinery in its own separate area, to keep out the dust. So we've got our cockpit, and we raised the height of it after the last crash, just to increase the chances of it, improve its survivability. And we got to raise the headroom and put in a beam. I know, how cool is that? That's a cool little feature we got to add. The other thing is, we still have the door. All the doors are automatic except for this one. To get out, you have to open it to prevent any in-flight accidents. So this is really the part you've been waiting for. What's the status of the factory and the factory floor itself? Well, we've got a catwalk that wraps all the way around the factory, so we can clean the windows. We can see where Spider Roll is. We can see the landing pad for Eagle 1 out here. Those are piping. We need to finish those components and internal plates. We've got a full view of the solar panel, when it's not dark out. And then, if the need arises, we can, after doing a full loop, we can go up to the top tier of the building, and we get access to the top of the refinery, and when we are able to build one, a full industrial assembler, plus conveyor access, or cargo access up here. So, I mean, all the skeleton work for the roof is laid out. We just need to finish it. As you know, everything that we grind down turns into scrap, and we're scrap for materials to make stuff. So, we've had to move stuff around. And one of the things that we moved around was this assembler. We moved it over 2 blocks so that we could make room for conveyor tubes coming out of the refinery and into the assembler. And here we are using a weld pad and a fulcrum to help us flip the thing over, put a weld pad on it, and flip it back right side. I'm going to let you see all the details here, but at this point, if you get a chance, click like, subscribe, follow, so you know when the next episode comes in. I'm going to continue to live stream every day that I'm playing, and then do these sort of capstone videos, when we get to a point that, we've made enough progress that there's something to report. So, at this point, you can see, hey, I was able to flip the thing over once, but, where's the welding pad? Here it is, we're going to put it on. But after we put the welding pad on, for some reason, I can't flip it back over. This turns into yet another screw-up circus comedy that, obviously the sped-up video saves you from some of the troubles of it. At one point, I was like, you know what, screw this. Just put it on the side, and then put down an armor block and put a plate on there, and I'll just push it in. And I was like, no, do it the right way. Flip the thing over. Now, obviously, if we had 2 engineers here, it would have been a piece of cake. It's letting me move it. It let me flip it once, but it just would not let me flip it back over a second time. So, necessity's the mother of invention here. I went back to, the old Pythagorean theorem and, simple machines of the world. A triangle, a wheel, and we got the thing flipped back over. So again, if you're still made it this far, please click the boot the bell, click the button, do whatever. But most importantly, come join us on Discord, or better yet, hop on the server. It's open for everybody. It's meant to be quite a challenge. I'd welcome you on board, and if you have any difficulties or troubles, with this, it is called intense summer heat. It's meant to be a challenge. This is my third engineer. But, they're gonna die. This is not an Iron Man server. If your engineer dies, you do not have to start over from scratch. I'm doing that myself for the additional challenge. This is engineer 3. She has not died. And I normally don't, it's just the way the crew was at the opening cinematic. That's the level, that's how I'm playing the characters as they come out, both their gender and their uniform color and their names. So, all this is pulled from the opening episode 1 cinematic. Consistency for the fun of the challenge. I mean, that's why we're building berthing for 14 people, because there's 14 engineers on the ship. And then here we go. Thanks so much and have a great day.